This episode is sponsored by Macizo Farms, salsas hechas en Chicago con sabor 100% mexicano. Asegúrate de conseguir tus salsas Macizo Farms all over Chicago and Chicagoland area, such as Chicago Liquors, Jack and Pat's Old Fashioned Butcher Shop, La Casa del Pueblo Supermarket, Carnicería Maribel, Carnicería La Rosita, amongst many others. Make sure to stay updated by following Macizo Farms on Instagram at Macizo_Farms. Now, on to our episode. Welcome back to another episode de Todos Toman Podcast. Muchachos, we are back. We are on episode 94. Closer and closer to the 100th episode where we have, bunch of surprises that those are surprises for us as it's a surprise for us as well. We still don't know what we're going to do. So if anybody has any ideas, please let us know how we should celebrate the 100th episode. Pero muchachos, so we do have actually just got word from Johnny Boy. He might or might not join based on his availability. We know that his schedule's a little tricky right now. So nonetheless, though, we called in some reinforcements and we're getting an update on Macizo Farms as we've been stating for the last few episodes. We have Nestor on the line. Miguel is with us. Ya saben, con su lightsaber in the back.
Now, fun fact, I'm not this yellow. I don't know what the hell's going on with the light. So, me veo como pálido, amarillo, como enfermo, dude, pero pues no, I'm good.
Te voy a preguntar, como que te hace falta un tequilita por ahí. Agarras color.
I don't know what's up with these lights, too.
All good.
It makes it worse.
We also have Tank on deck. ¿Cómo andas, Tanque?
Pues aquí. Muy apenas, pero...
Surviving, no? As Nestor stated before we started recording, it was a long weekend, muchachos. So we have to bring up the energy porque... Ya nos echamos 3 días, and I mean, technically at this point we will be recording on a Monday. It was Labor Day yesterday. We're recording on Tuesday. Episode goes out tomorrow, and my liver just is asking for a break. Pero pues no le vamos a dar break, muchachos.
Mi madre.
Hay que seguirle.
Hay que seguirle.
We'll kick it off with you, muchacho. Ahí alrededor de la cámara, ya saben. What are you drinking, Miguel?
So. Me estoy acabando lo poquito que me queda del Gentleman Jack. Ya nada más quedaba para este. Ya cuando se acabe esto, pues I got more bottles over there in the other room. So, but yeah, like, es lo que digo. I've seen people put pictures cuando se las sacaban las botellas que las voltean, but I don't know how, dude. Like,
I don't know if I've seen that, dude.
Como que está ovalada, dude, se cae, se rompe, dude. I don't know, dude.
Sí. We should start that trend, cuando te acabes tu Macizo Farm salsa, dude. Just flip it upside
down. Lo volteas.
Upside down,
Nestor, ¿cómo andamos? ¿Qué andas tomando?
Bien. Miren, muchachos, so I'm actually drinking una margarita by K-Man Jack.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, algo leve.
Algo refrescante.
Sí, yeah, pretty good. Cheers.
Va, pues aquí I'm drinking un Woodford Reserve, dude. My biggest hater no está, pero pues ahora me lo estoy tomando en clear glass para que viera que...
Hey. Glass, yeah. Puros improvements, yeah.
Y sí, ya. The budget is finally kicking in, dude. So.
Sí, yeah. You're getting those residuals, dude.
Sí, güey.
Thanks to the sponsored episode, Tank now has glasses, dude. So we can see that he's actually drinking.
He has glassware now, ¿no?
Yeah. Para el clean, muchachos. Pues ahora sí que yo me estoy echando las modelos.
There you go.
Ahora sí que leftover from the weekend. So, salud, muchachos.
Saludcita.
Salud.
Cheers.
Ay, se quedó en loop eso, ¿eh?
Y sí.
Pero pues the topic at hand, dude. It was a long weekend. It was a long cheers. Pero pues we want to get an update. What is up with Macizo Farms since last time? We were on episode, Nestor, remind us what episode number that was.
It was episode number 49, and about a year ago, I'm going to say it's been a full year since we did the first.
Yeah.
We're back for the second with a bunch of updates, of course.
Major updates, dude, for sure.
So like as you see in the background, even my logo changed.
See?
Yeah.
The logo changed. I actually don't sell the fresh salsas in the plastic containers anymore. That was going well for a while, but I had to stop. The main reason was the shelf life. I
Mhm.
started getting
Mm.
into a bunch of stores, but then I ran into that problem where I kind of had to be in the kitchen like every single day, and
See.
so that's a decision that I had to make. It was very tough, but I had to stop, and then I had to come up with the bottled hot sauce. So basically, that's what I'm into now, just bottled hot sauce. Empecé con una de mango habanero. It's
Ooh.
more of a sweet and spicy,
Mhm.
and it turned out to be pretty big hit. And I kind of started that this year, like after winter. I want to say like late March. I came up with the recipe, and then like I said, it's a sweet and spicy. Y pasaron unos cuantos meses. Recently, I released the same one, but the spicy version of the mango habanero one.
Mhm.
And
So ya más picosa?
más picosa, porque after doing all these festivals and like and samplings at stores, pues ya ves la gente más chilera were like, hey, you know what? Like la salsa está muy buena, but we need a little bit more of a kick in there. So I was
Sí,
okay,
que
that's
pique,
fine.
¿no? Que
Yeah,
pique, que
Sí.
que
arda,
pique.
¿no?
Ándale, para que sientan lo bueno, ¿eh?
Que
Sí.
sea como un now and later, ¿no? Que
Yeah,
pique ahorita y después.
yeah. I was all right. If that's what you guys want, then we can make it happen. And then so this is the original sweet and spicy. This bottle here with the
Okay.
black label.
Mhm.
The spicy version is in a white label.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Esa es. Y the one that's not out yet is a red all-purpose hot sauce. It's like a cayenne pepper sauce.
Mm.
Viene
Okay.
siendo esta. This one in particular, I think I'm able to sell it to more people because it's actually more of a medium hot and only with cayenne pepper. So has a lot of flavor. Some people already tried it. They're saying it's like a Mexican version of a sriracha, más o
That's
menos.
what we
Oh.
see.
Oh, okay.
Ajá.
Y ahorita que el sriracha está bien, it's in short demand, it's in big demand, it's short,
Right.
pues, so ahorita, like, es el momento, dude.
We got the replacement already.
Y sí, we got the replacement already, dude.
Yeah, but I'm still waiting for my actual label and stuff for that. So it might take like
Oh, so
another
you
month
already
or
have a
so.
label in the works?
Yeah, yeah, we're working on it right now. The label, the barcode, my nutrition facts. So that's something that I had to also do now. Ya tengo everything is pretty much legit, like 100%.
Sí.
Yeah, I actually registered the business también ya with the state. So este, but yeah,
Oh, yeah. Uncle Sam knows about you, dude. He's down here
yeah, yeah,
with you.
sí, ya me reporto seguido.
Eh,
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I guess it's all part of the process. Pero todo bien, yeah. So the biggest thing was that I had to stop doing the fresh salsas because of the shelf life and stuff like that. And
sí.
then I kind of had to figure out, so what's next for me? What am I gonna do? Because obviously I love like the industry, but the salsas y eso. And then with the bottled hot sauce, they're able to stay fresh for about a full year. So
Oh
that
shit.
means I can
Oh,
make a
wow.
big batch.
Yeah.
Let's just say on a weekend, I can make a huge batch. I'll bottle everything, and then I don't have to be in the kitchen for a week or days or maybe 2 weeks, depending on what I sell.
No como antes, que tenías que estar ahí
No,
todos los días
todos
making
los
sure que
días,
you had
right?
product and fresh and out the door. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, it was a decision that it was very tough, porque ya tenía muchas tiendas que me compraban on a weekly basis. Well, the best one today was, or it still is, but with the fresh salsas, was um, La Rosita and Harvey. La Rosita Supermarket in Harvey.
Okay.
At one point, they were getting about 150 salsas a week.
Oh
Damn.
shit.
And that went on for about 2 months. And that's when I was like, you know what? We got to stop this. But yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Well, pues eso era la diferencia, right? Que you made sure that your product was on point, and
Right.
that meant you had to be in the kitchen or doing what you needed to do on a daily basis.
Hmm.
And with this change, like which is now talking from a business standpoint, yeah, it's a smarter decision. You're able to produce still quality product,
Yeah.
but now you're also allowing yourself some time to even grow the business even further. So
Exactly.
um,
Because
mhm.
yeah, because actually that's a very good point. Porque I never had the time, or I never had enough time to keep going to new stores or going to events on the weekends. Por eso this year I did even a few festivals, uh, my events, the sampling at stores and stuff like that. Versus if I had still been doing the fresh salsas, then I was always in the kitchen, so there was no time for anything really. Uh-huh. So it was a big move going forward for sure, especially with the shelf life. So now they're able to buy more, and I mean, and they're still good. Even if I have so many boxes here,
Mhm.
let's say I sell them a month after I made them, they're still good for 11 months. So
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
it really makes no difference.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And they're also shelf stable, because there is restaurants, and I'll name them right now. There's actually five right now that have them. Y todos son, they're all marisco restaurants. The first one is
With the habanero, I see the pairing. Yeah.
yeah, and then with the mango, it goes really well, like with the
Hmm.
ceviche, really well with ceviche. So the first restaurant was Mariscos El Abuelo y Yo. It's by 38 in Kedzie.
Okay.
Um, so the owner from there, he's one of the first persons. He kind of gave me the idea. N- Not on the flavor, but he told me if you ever make a bottled hot sauce, maybe you can bring it here and we'll see what happens. So the mango habanero sauce with them was a hit. So that was the first restaurant, and then I kind of saw that que la salsa era marisquera también,
Mhm.
and then I started
Hmm.
targeting all these marisco restaurants. So I actually got into Los Comales in Bridgeview as well.
Oh shit.
Okay.
So they have the sauce on the tables now. Uh huh.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
chingon.
Right. So that's kind of like what they do at La Abuelo y Yo, Los
Mhm.
Comales in Bridgeview, Mariscos Luis on 47th, Mariscos La Palma. Believe that's like on 62 in Pulaski. And if you guys ever heard of Mariscos del Barco, it's more north.
I was gonna
It's
ask you, were you
I
at
heard about it.
El
Yeah.
Barco? Yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah.
it's on Ashland. It's passing like the United Center around that area.
Hmm.
I kind of one day I was just driving by because that's also what I do now. Like whenever I'm driving anywhere, I pay attention to restaurants. So I kind of saw the restaurant. It's very nice. The food is very good too. And then I notice, well, everywhere I go, I notice that it's either like a red sauce. Well, mostly it's all red sauces. So when
Mhm.
I took
Hmm.
the mango habanero one, even they the owners were like, okay, yeah, even the color is different than everything we have now. And then after they tried it, they're like, okay, yeah, we think it's gonna do good here too. And something else I
¿Y con
learned
cuál,
is
con cuál empezaste, dude?
with the bottled hot
Mm.
sauce,
¿La que
or what?
pica o la que casi no
Oh,
pica? The
like a
white or
casi no
black
pica.
label.
Right.
La que pica más o
Mm.
menos, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, the one I started with was the sweet and spicy with the black label. Uh huh.
Okay.
Right. So that's kind of like what got me started. And the other one is
Hey.
actually it's all the same. No más que tiene más chile.
Sí.
Right. Uh huh.
Ay, pues como a los mexicanos nos gusta mucho el chile, dude.
Que pique, huh? But yeah, and then from being on Instagram all the time, I also now do shipping because now there's people. Uh, so most of the orders go to California or Texas.
Ooh, you
So
heard that,
¿Y si
Johnny boy?
escuchaste, Jonathan?
yeah,
Y
Ahora,
sí,
Jonathan, para cuando estés escuchando el episodio, ya te las pueden mandar a California, ya no tienes que andarte peleando con el UPS guy o no sé con quién te andes peleando, pero ya te pueden llegar,
Wait,
ya.
la última vez que le mandaste salsas allá para California, like a couple
they're
mason
broken, huh?
jars
Yeah,
broke, yeah.
right.
Pero pues es lo que that's what we were talking about. Like the shipping was complicated porque it wasn't even the mason jars itself, pero también making sure that they stood refrigerated long enough
Yeah,
for
that
them
was the
to make
biggest
the
issue.
trip out there y todo ese pedo.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the bad thing with the shipping is even if they're labeled as fragile, I mean, there's people that literally they grab the box and they just throw 'em, you know? So
Yeah.
that's something
Wait,
that
see,
it's pretty much a big risk sometimes. But
Sí.
every once in a while there is like a bottle or two broken and then I just replace them eventually or for the next order.
es lo que voy a decir, pues, like, I got a comic book today, right? They put fragile everywhere. Pinche comic book me llegó todo doblado, parece W, güey. I was like, no mames.
Have you seen those? I think it's either a meme or just a quick clip of the different types of delivery guys. Okay, the UPS puts it to the
Oh,
side, or like Amazon hasta te
Amazon.
limpia ahí tu little porch, and then like USPS or FedEx, whatever, they just throw your shit on the,
Yeah,
They just throw your shit,
like.
dude. Just,
Mhm.
They throw it and they kick it, dude.
literally. You can tell, all these packages sometimes they're like it looks like they literally just they toss them around from the
yeah.
warehouse to the truck drivers, and then once it gets to your porch or whatever, ya están las pinches cajas. No, I've seen that so many times.
Yeah, no, pero I mean it's cool. So what drove the change of? I mean, you kind of talked a little bit about obviously the fresh salsas going to this bottle format, but what
Uh-huh.
drove the change of the logo itself?
The logo, so the first one I loved, but
Mm-hmm.
the name Macizo Farms was kind of hard to read, and whenever I would print on labels or even merch, um, so you kind of only saw like the basket of chiles, but you
Mm-hmm.
couldn't really see
Mm.
like the name itself.
Yep.
And this one is very clear. It's very clear, and even if it's on a small label, you're still able to see the name.
Mm-hmm.
Versus before, when I made my first label for the mango habanero, you were able to first read the name of the sauce and not the name of the brand, which should be the
Mm.
other way around. For example, like tapatio, the first thing you see is tapatio, and then you read everything else.
Then you read,
Yeah.
wanna be Valentina.
Ajá,
Para be
exactamente.
Valentina, y pues, a meter la Cholula, dude,
Yeah.
the whole mix, dude.
So yeah, so we changed that, and now I mean it's more easy to read, more simple, and I feel like it's better for a store as well. More
Oh,
simple.
it
The
is,
other
dude.
one,
It's clean.
Yeah.
It's really clean.
yeah, the other one had like way too much going on, like too much color.
Yeah,
But
the contrast was not ideal. Es lo que te iba a preguntar también. Like,
right,
are you working with like a person that's in marketing, or you're making all this yourself? Like, where does the creative
no,
come
so
from?
I have a guy. Yeah, se llama Chava. He has his own company for designing and printing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he's pretty much the one I use now for all my labels. Or he actually made my logo back here as well. He's the one that made
Okay.
it, and then I kind of tell him my ideas, and he's able to see what I have in mind, and he he comes up with some pretty good stuff. This logo, I kind of told him what I wanted, and then like an hour after, I start, and he gave me four samples, but the one here is the one that I think was like the best one out of the four.
Mm-hmm.
Pero
Y
yeah,
ahorita, en una hora ya estaba el logo. Pinche Chicago Fire, ¿cuánto duró con un pinche logo bien pitero, dude? No mames, dude. No
yeah,
You
mames.
see, they had the whole city do a contest para que les hicieran un
Y
logo, ¿ah?
sí, dude.
Sí, sí,
No les
dude.
hablaron a Chava, güey.
a mi
Pinches
compa Chava,
pendejos, güey.
yeah,
¿Ves? Ahí está.
the
Ahí está.
CA
Right? Chicago
Designs,
Fire, if you're
yeah,
listening, ahí está. Te vas a ir con Chava
CA
y you can
Designs,
save your
compa
logo,
Chava,
dude. ¿Ves?
Si hay
yeah,
designs, ir hasta Club América Designs, dude.
yeah.
A huevo.
But
No,
yeah,
ya me
so
voy, muchachos. Pues gracias por
nah,
tenerme, pero pues ya me voy. No, no.
hasta la próxima. No, yeah, but there's been so many different persons already, that's been a part of my journey so far. So I mean, they know who they are, but especially to my family, I do have that support. But because like now that I'm getting more restaurants and more stores, because there is a bunch of new stores that I haven't it's talked about either that I'm gonna be in
Mm-hmm.
in soon. So because I still have like my daytime job, and then I get home, and then I have to go on maybe answer emails or calls or new orders, and I have to be on top of everything now. So I'm getting really busy, and I mean, like at home they help out a lot.
Dude, y ahorita con los, you were talking about how you've done a few, ¿cómo le llaman? Festivals.
Festivals, yeah,
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 like I
pop
see
up
that your
events,
family goes
everything.
out there and they help you out, like, doing
Yeah,
the samples and all that stuff, right?
yeah. I also have a bunch of cousins that it's like random. Like last weekend, me llevé a una prima.
Mm-hmm.
We did a sampling at a store, and then it's just random. It'll be like for example, this one weekend, my cousin Alex, primas, amigas, anybody really. But there is always like a handful of people that are willing to help out. So for that, I'm very thankful because as you're starting up, obviously it's very difficult, and anybody that
Right.
can help, then it's appreciated. You know?
For sure. So now venturing off into festivals, like what
Mhm.
happens during the winter? Is there a plan for the winter? Porque now you have a product that, no nada más cultivas durante el verano and you have that fresh produce, pero pues ya tienes algo que you can sample and sell throughout the year. So what's the plan for the winter months?
For the winter months, well, I'll still be making the sauces. What
Mm-hmm.
I will be doing is before the winter even starts, I'm gonna make a big batch. So, for example, well, it'll be a random number, but I'll make like 500 cases of salsa, so it's ready for like the winter months.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't think anything anything's gonna change really. I'll still be doing events indoors, and I'll still be making the sauce all the time. There might be like it might be a little bit slower, and it might not.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not sure. I don't know what to expect for the winter, but hopefully, I mean, it's still the same and nothing changes.
Yeah.
So I'll still be getting more stores and restaurants and stuff like that.
You know what? Unas alitas con la salsa esa de mango habanero, they sound pretty good, dude.
So muy cierto. So I marinate wings with the sauce here, la de mango habanero,
Yeah.
fire.
Mhm.
So they're good for chicken, hasta tacos de pastor, any kind of marisco, aguachiles,
Mhm.
ceviche, empanadas, stuff like that. Even on guacamole with chips.
Damn, dude, you're making me hungry. Shit.
Yeah,
I knew I
yeah,
should have ate something, but uh, well, yeah, like so even that, dude, like pairing stuff up and just thinking, como ahorita que dijo Miguel the wings, like um, like a Super Bowl kind of package or some shit, just branding it
yeah,
that way, and you get to sample all three salsas or whatever.
yeah.
I think definitely the opportunities there, and having a support system, como dices, it's important.
Oh yeah,
Um,
no doubt.
so and just from a kind of like the story of the business now that is official, Macizo Farms LLC or whatever incorporated, however you formalize
Yeah,
your business, like it a lot of times when people go into this business venture or entrepreneurial route, they think that it has to be one way, or when you launch a product, you launch a business, it's your baby and you take care of it y lo cuidas y tú quieres que funcione and for you is like nada que no funcionó, pero you were able to identify things that you had to change, right?
yes, yeah,
Like hacer ese cambio y decir, ¿sabes qué? Lo que estoy haciendo no me va a funcionar a la larga. Like tengo que hacer
right.
un cambio ahorita para que pueda tener futuro.
Uh-huh.
Um, so like esa historia es la que nunca siempre, o sea, se cuenta, nomás se cuenta, oh, tuve la idea de hacer salsas y ya estoy vendiendo salsas y estoy en
Yeah.
tantos lugares.
No,
Pero es
so
like, empezaste de un lado, like, I mean, I got
yeah,
to go to your house and saw your whole setup and you were growing your stuff, doing the composting, all the equipment that you had all set up y todo, and being able to take that and change it and give it a different purpose
right.
so you can, be where you are now.
No, see, yeah. So I mean, but see, so basically everything changed, and like, como from last year August to this August, well, not September. I mean, there's certain things where, s- so basically, there's certain things that you're doing, and you kind of see that it's working, but
Mm-hmm.
it's more of a short term because if you're thinking more, it's the long term, like me with the fresh salsas and stuff. You're like, you know what? Maybe this is not gonna, work out eventually in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of have to, I want to say, you try it out, you fail, and then you kind of see if there's a better solution, more ideas. But yeah, so definitely um, stuff changes around for sure.
What was
And
the thing that made you realize that and say like I'm gonna go this route or I'm gonna even try to do these type of salsas y a ver qué pasa?
mainly the only reason was because of the shelf life, and I had to be like I said in the kitchen todo el tiempo.
Mm-hmm.
So, pero yo miraba que se vendían. So at the same time, I was like, but I don't know if I want to start making them because I'm already selling, más o menos.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And then I'm like, you know what? So other than the owner, the El Abuelo y yo, a few other persons were like, hey, maybe if you have a bottled hot sauce in a glass bottle, it can last longer, especially since anything bottled has vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then that kind of got me thinking, but I had no idea like what flavor that no tenía idea de
Mhm.
nada. And then I was just like mango habanero, and
Mm-hmm.
I made the recipe the first time, and I adjusted a few things, and then ya la gente me dice, ¿sabes qué? Está buena. Maybe you should bottle it already and see what happens. So the first persons were at work. I took it to work, and they liked it. So by me seeing their response, their comments and everything, miré que sí les gustó. So then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start with the fresh ones, and then I'm gonna turn everything to all about the hot sauce. hmm And then I mean, lo demás ya es historia, pero sí, it was a pretty big change going forward, but pero para bien, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Eh,
hmm
I mean, it kind of it helped, right? Like you always said, like the whole like, all right, how can we extend the shelf life? And at the same time, like people may think it's more presentable. Yeah, because pues ya, ya,
Yeah,
ya se ve más presentable, like everything. So like I
right.
think it was definitely the best decision, and I'm glad it really worked out.
No, yeah, thank you. No, yeah, so it was a good change. Y otra cosa, so anybody can make a fresh salsa, really. Obviously, a veces la gente
Mi
que la
abuelita
compra,
cada rato, dude, se andaba
¿verdad?
ahí en el molcajete, dude, en chinga.
Yeah, the real way, ¿verdad? Authentic. So I feel like a bottled hot sauce, it's something that not most people, but there is a lot of people that maybe they don't know how to make them or whatever. Versus a fresh salsa, I mean, it's more simple.
Mhm.
Ajá. So también es algo que llama más la atención.
It, it,
Especialmente el color también.
Sí.
yeah.
Ajá.
And I was gonna say, so I don't know how it is for anybody else's house, but aquí en mi casa, um, cu- nos gusta la salsa fresca, pero siempre se queda afuera, so siempre se echa a perder o algo.
Yeah.
Y cuando están en botella, como que duran más, que always
Yeah.
compramos ya sea buffalo sauce or sriracha sauce or any hot sauce, right? Que ahí tenemos, como que dura más y like it could go in the fridge, it could stay outside y
Right.
pues no le afecta mucho, so like yeah, I see the uses for it.
Right. So like the bottle that I have, it's actually a shelf stable sauce, but it does have on the label that once you open, to put in the fridge. If you don't, no
Mhm.
pasa nada. But if you
No,
do put in the fridge, then it will last a lot longer.
sí, más
hmm
fresca
Oh,
ya.
okay, okay. So
Right.
so what does shelf stable mean though? Like
Shelf stable, the pH has to be under 4. It has to be like 3.8 about. So the pH pretty much, like if it's acid or like alkaline, so it has to be more like on the acid side.
no mames, yo pensé que eso no se aplicaba en mi alberca, güey.
Oh no, that's for everything.
I thought so too.
Hasta
Like,
para el agua que tomamos.
oh shit.
Yeah. Right. Like for us, like in alkaline water, it should be, I don't know, like above 7, anywhere in between
Mhm.
7 and 9. Very alkaline. Pero como para la salsa, for the hot sauce to be shelf stable, it does need to be under like 3.8 or so. Uh-huh.
Okay.
So
And
that's kind of
I
like,
won't lie, I don't know the difference between alkaline water and regular water, dude. So I know there's a difference. I just don't know what the difference is.
yeah. I mean, they probably taste the same. Nomás que una, it's more healthy, I guess, than the other, pretty much.
Maybe. Well, we'll have take try them and take will let us know.
The-
Ya tienes tus vasitos de vidrio, dude. Ahora ya puedes probarla y ya, you
No,
know,
pero pues
O
todavía no
sea,
saco
son water
el
tasting then.
todavía no saco
water
el health
tasting.
insurance, dude. Es apenas poco a poco, dude.
So have you guys heard of there's an app like for accepting payments, se llama, it's Cash Drop.
No.
So then, okay, so basically,
Mhm.
like if I'm at a festival, I can now accept like a card payment pretty much.
Okay.
But that app, the Cash Drop, they also offer you a website for your business, and that's something that
Okay.
I'm actually doing. I started doing that today, so now I'm gonna have like an online store también. Yeah, with
Mm,
Cash
Oh,
Drop. Uh-huh.
and it
got it.
works through the. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ah,
So
because
and
I
for
know
that, porque I
some
know.
do that. Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Miguel.
No, I was gonna say, I know some do that because I went to conventions and they do what is it like through Etsy or something similar where
Hmm.
you could download. I mean, you can have it on your phone, but I don't know how that works. But
Yeah, no, lo que yo voy a preguntar es de que I know that you brand your QR code a lot.
Yeah.
Like that's in a lot of your material.
Yeah.
Um,
My the QR code. Yeah.
so do you like would that change? Would that affect it once you have a website, or are you able to like switch where the QR goes to? Does that
Uh,
make sense?
see. So
Mhm.
so with Cash Drop and their website that they it's made for me, they offer me a separate QR code that'll take you like so pretty much to my page.
Mhm.
mhm.
I don't think I would have that on actual bottle though. That's more to have like on social media and stuff
Sí.
like that. Because on the bottles, I do have the QR code, but for my Instagram page, pretty much.
Okay.
Mm,
So that other QR code is something I would do like for festivals or even like on a business card, pretty much.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Because
because
on the bottles, I only have the QR code to my Instagram, and that's basically for the main reason behind it is because if you bought the sauce at the store, and if you loved it or whatever, and that way they can tag me or see even like the process, the behind the scenes of Macizo Farms. That's pretty
Yeah.
much
Porque so
why it's
as
there.
far as social media goes, Instagram is the primary Macizo
Th-
Farms
Yeah,
place,
that's the
right?
one I use the most. Uh-huh. And
Mhm.
and now the website
Mm.
for the online store. That's pretty much it though.
now you gotta brand out the TikTok. Tú puedes hacer los bailes de TikTok y le echas la salsa de la comida.
Ándale. Oh,
Yeah.
I started doing TikToks también.
¿Ves? Te dije,
¿Ya
Yeah,
¿ves?
ves?
Like,
yeah. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and then the website pretty much now. Ahí va la cosa. Little by little.
muy bien.
Sí, poco a poco.
tú.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, y de todo esto, dude, what is like what you guys I would have to ask you, what is your favorite sauce, man?
Uh, of the ones I make
Pues sí,
or
sí,
other
vamos a
brands.
empezar por ahí, vamos a empezar por ahí. De las
No,
tres que estamos viendo ahí,
de las tres. But I want to say, well, my favorite now is the newest one, the cayenne one, because it goes well with anything.
because you said all-purpose hot
It
sauce.
it's pretty
So
much an
mhm.
all-purpose. Uh-huh. Hasta un taco de frijol, it goes on anything, dude, honestly. Yeah, on the most
Ah,
simple food to I mean anything really, and that's pretty much, mira, como la de mango habanero, pues para mis gustos it goes best with mariscos, especially with ceviche. And this one is it's versatile, so I mean it can be on anything. I want to say for sure. Uh huh. And
va.
so the sauce is more of a medium hot.
Mhm.
So, pero it's packed with flavor. It's a very simple sauce, but it's packed with flavor, for sure.
So do we see the next iteration of this all-purpose hot sauce in una spicy version? Like,
That'll be depending on how the first one goes, or after
say,
doing events. Because I still really don't know, what's gonna happen with it. Because the
say,
few persons that tried it, they loved it. Pero como te digo, no es una salsa muy picante. So there might be
Mm.
like that group that is like, hey, you know what? Maybe if we need more of a kick as well with that one. So maybe I might release a second uh, It's the version of it
But
in
ya
the
sabes
future.
que now the way to go is limited time only, no? Like or seasonal, dude. Así como
También.
hablamos de los pumpkin
Yeah,
spice season.
Seasonal.
seasonal.
Es
Right. So they go crazy for it,
yuca
huh?
season, dude.
Un pumpkin spice salsa, dude.
Yeah,
No
that's not a bad
mames.
It
idea.
just-
So somebody recently told me to make, and somebody in Texas, in McAllen, Texas, way south, they told me que allá is very popular. The sauce that sells the most now, it's a raspberry with chipotle. They told me to try and make one of those, a raspberry chipotle one. And I was like, you know
It
what?
goes with
That's
that sweet and spicy type of.
sweet and spicy también. And
Mhm.
I mean, I was like, that's not a bad idea. I might give that a shot también.
Okay.
Porque es bueno tener opciones. Porque cuando comencé with the bottled ones, I only had the original one. And a lot of people were like, so you only have that flavor? And I was like, for now, yes. So it's always good to have, like the original, the spicy one, and like now my red all-purpose hot sauce, maybe that raspberry chipotle one. And there's people that might like one, better than the first three or whatever. Or
Mhm.
maybe one will sell the most out of all four. You never know. Por
Yeah, no,
ejemplo,
and I think
see
it's smart porque dices que you let people try first and let the market tell you if they like it
right.
versus just saying like, oh, I think this is a good idea and let me launch it out there. So
Yeah,
doing your kind of like your market research, see if the market responds to it, y
right.
después ya decir, pues sí, hay que tratarle y vamos para adelante. Pero por ahorita,
Sí.
like just a small group,
Yeah,
and so
because,
that's why it's important to go to the festivals porque pues ahí es
yeah,
donde.
they
Mhm.
taste it right there, and then they tell me, their honest opinion on it, which I like people being honest. It's better because what if I think it's perfect already, but then I get all these comments, you know what, le faltó esto, and if they all
Mhm.
agree on the same thing, that's something that I
Mhm.
can perfect, and it'll be a better product,
Have
down the
you have
road.
you ever gotten a negative review, dude? Like or like así on the spot? Nah, sabes que sabe madres. Chis.
So
Se le mete un putazo y ya se le cambia la opinión, dude.
I honestly,
That's why family shows up, dude.
honestly, no. The only thing I've gotten and was with the original mango habanero was that it needed more spice. They're like the flavor is
Okay.
there, but we need more spice, and that's pretty much it. I mean, they're hooked on that sauce, and that cayenne one, I think también va. Yo pienso que va a pegar bien. It might be a bigger of a hit, just for the reason that anybody can buy it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
And your audience, like cuando, I mean, you go to the festivals, y pues es más que nada like es gente hispana, Latinos, no? Like
Hispanos,
you're not doing
morenos,
tastings at Whole Foods or.
not yet. Soon, hopefully. Yeah. So
No.
for next year, the bigger names that I really want are like the Whole Foods, Mariano's, maybe even like the Pete's, the Cermax, and stuff like
Tony's.
that. Those stores, the Tony's.
Tony. Yeah.
Porque if you think about it, ya con que agarre, even if I only get into one of those stores,
Sí.
and once I do well, for example, at a Mariano's here in Oakland, um, let's just assume I do well in that first location, then they offer you a second and third, and then other locations. So
Mhm.
then
Sí.
then then you have like 20 stores de la misma empresa, and then
Yeah.
yeah, once you're with the big, then so pretty much that's on your resume now. So then I can go into the Pete's and be like, oh yeah, I'm already selling with Mariano's at other locations.
Sí.
So then
Yeah.
it's way easier to get into stores. hmm
Yeah. So get into
Ya
Whole
ves,
Foods. Yeah,
Costco, if you're listening.
That's like poner vegan friendly,
All natural.
gluten free, all natural, todo eso, organic.
Yeah. So that's pretty much my goals for next year are to get into the bigger stores. Porque para entrar to like the smaller chains, now for me it's very easy to do now because ya le busqué la manera.
Mhm.
Pero
Hey,
sí, that's pretty much the goals for next year is to get into the bigger stores, which I think it will happen. Even, like I said, maybe it's only going to be one store, pero pues ya de ya me agarro. And then
Yeah.
I've sent a lot of samples también to Texas and California to restaurants también. So I feel like that's something that I want to do already también. You know,
To expand in a
expand like
larger audience, porque pues más que nada
sí.
ahorita es like Chicagoland areas, huh?
Hmm. Pretty
Because I
much,
saw
yeah.
you, it was que Harvey.
And Harvey, yeah.
Harvey, Illinois.
Harvey's one of like,
Yeah.
and it's not, it's not far from here. So cuando vi que
Yeah, not too
estabas en
far.
Harvey, and then te digo que, then I saw you all the way up north in El Barco.
Right.
I was like, oh shit, like you're all over the place now. So
Yeah, yeah, different points
um,
of the city now.
yeah,
Uh-huh. But yeah, man.
for a while you had the sauce at is it GJ's?
GJ's también,
Yeah,
yeah.
GJ's. I seen it.
So I do have a liquor store now, which is Chicago Liquors by 47th and Laramie. Um,
Okay.
Okay.
so the thing with GJ's, I kind of stopped there because um, the thing is, if you think about it, at a liquor store, most people only go obviously, for the liquor.
Right.
And if there is always like small section like with the tapatio and the Valentina sauces, but they're kind of like always just there. So la gente como que no pone atención. And versus where they like Chicago Liquors, they're different because they kind of have like a little store as well, like a mini mart. Ajá.
Mm-hmm.
Y ahí se vende más también. And there's always people there. I mean, GJ's también, it's always packed. But I feel like la gente nomás va para eso and that's it.
Yeah.
Es que tienes que
So,
dejar de saber, güey, que la salsa es para el tamalero que está afuera vendiendo los tamales, güey.
Y sí.
And it pairs well with the tamales, eh?
No, combination, no.
yeah,
Compras una salsa y get $1 off en la docena de tamales.
there you go. But yeah, man, it's
Sí, no,
it's been
pues,
crazy.
o sea, it's been quite the journey just to kind of follow you through social media and see,
Yeah,
because for a while it's like, oh, I'm here, and then it's like, oh, I'm at this other place. Y de repente it was like a list of places,
yeah,
and it's just started growing, and again we talked about the change in the logo, the change in la presentación, el producto,
yeah,
seeing you different events. It's just a lot of people might, like como te dije, like a lot of people would just like look at the kind of success story, but like all the stuff that you've done along the way.
yeah. They don't see
Um,
like what actually happens, like the struggle, the failures, everything
exactly, the
else.
failures.
Right.
We, like we say that we learn from our mistakes, but it still
Yeah.
fucking hits our ego, like
Oh yeah.
you took a loss on that one, and how do you get
Yeah.
up from that and
Right.
do something else?
Yeah. So
Um,
if you really want it, you gotta keep going forward, and then with better ideas, better mindset. Maybe you gotta rest a few days, a few weeks, but then you gotta get your stuff together again.
Yeah.
No.
100%.
Yeah.
And pues ahora sí que we definitely will always kind of keep tabs on Macizo Farms and where they're next. Pero as of now, como dices, like websites in progress. So if
Yeah.
anybody, like you're doing shipments now, so if anybody would
Right.
want anything like that, is all through Instagram.
Yeah. So there is my actual link to the website is actually on my bio, on my IG. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, it's there now, and if you go on it on the tab, well, you can see like my site already. The only thing, like today, we kind of still we fixed like my options for shipping, but it should be up and running by tomorrow afternoon already. So I'll be able to sell anywhere online
So
now.
so what are you doing though? You have like web developers that have shit done the next day. You have logo makers that get it done in an hour. Like I don't know. I'm just saying here. I'm
Nah,
taking a look at it. Let me share my screen right here so people can see.
Because I was just looking at my phone.
Y sí.
Smart. Damn, dude, those tacos con la salsa look good, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
So here we go. So
eh,
Macizo Farms.
check it out.
Aquí está cashdrop.com/Macizo
Ándale.
Farms LLC.
Mhm.
Y open premium hot sauces. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
ya de aquí puedes pedir.
yeah. So I still have to add
Oh.
my cayenne one right there on that list.
Mhm.
But we still have to update the menu for the shipping options because
Okay.
there's people that want it in a couple of days, or they don't care when they get it.
Oh, okay. The
Yeah.
how fast the
Right.
Mhm. So aquí en Special Instructions, ¿qué pondría? dude? ¿Que me la mande con amor o...?
Que le dé un besito antes de
Le
mandarla,
doy un
¿no?
besito antes de mandarla, ¿no? Ya.
Or sign it.
¿Ves?
No, güey.
Para que te la firme, ¿tú ves?
No, güey, ahí agrégale otros $2. Yeah, so ahí
Yes.
sí que so están las dos, the Premium Mango Habanero Sweet and Spicy y el Extra Spicy Hot Sauce.
Yeah. And then the cayenne very soon. Yeah, so
Nice.
I'm pretty excited because, now with the website, I can promote it more, and I feel like I'll be getting these like so many orders from out of state or whatever.
Ya.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh-huh.
that opens up a whole new market. I mean, al principio me imagino que, pues, if anybody buys out of state is, people that know you or family members or lo que sea, pero at least other
Yeah.
people that, they'll try the sauce y todo ese pedo.
Right.
So,
Eventually, yeah, it's like a little chain.
mhm,
I
exactly.
also want to do Amazon by next year también.
Mm.
That's something
Mira,
that I really want to do. También.
Porque pues ellos sí ponen tu paquete ahí con cariño enfrente de tu
Sí.
doorstep.
Oh yeah. If they break it, then I don't know what to
According
say
to
anymore.
TikTok, ¿no? Like,
Yeah, but Amazon is a very good option también going forward.
Va.
Right.
Dude, pues it is, we know we have you here for a limited amount of time and we appreciate you coming on and just kind of giving us an update and definitely
thank you,
shining
guys.
some light on the entrepreneurship route that a lot of people don't get to hear a lot about. And
Mhm.
and now we have an option, right? So last time we were here, it's like, oh, pues mándame un mensaje there, on Instagram y a ver qué pedo. But now
Yeah.
people have an option to order Macizo Farms and try out the product. So we'll make sure to put all the links and descriptions in the description, so people can find you and order stuff. Pero anything
Yes.
else that you want to kind of leave us off with,
Well,
Nestor, take it away.
I just want to thank everybody. Pues para empezar ustedes, for being here right now on your podcast. And just a shout out to every single person that's been a part of my journey. It's been a full year since I started selling as a registered business. Like I said, it was going good for a while, and then the momentum kind of stopped. But then agarré más vuelo, and then along the way, there has been a good handful of persons that kind of like they push me forward. Like I'm always a person that's always motivated. I'm always happy, but you still need the extra motivation sometimes. And
Yeah.
so I do have. There is people like in my circle that they see my vision, and because what I'm doing. So like I really don't know anyone else that's trying to do like what I'm doing now, and it's very rare. So even like at work, they kind of see my mindset that is very different, and then I have to explain, why I'm doing all this and stuff like that. But I do see myself doing this pretty much for the next decades to come, for a very long time.
That's good, dude.
Uh-huh. And
Oh,
yeah,
that's
like
good.
I said, just I want to thank anybody that's been a part of Macizo Farms and the story behind it. Anybody really that's bought in the past, that the people I meet at events, the store owners, family, friends, and that's pretty much it. So I'm very happy, for and one more thing, the reason I made this red sauce is because es como les digo, hay mucha gente que no le gusta a lo mejor lo dulce, lo picante. So obviously I'm here for my supporters, para mi gente. So I kind of wanted to make an all-purpose sauce for them. And
Just say you're a superhero. To just say, you know what? My people quiere sriracha, no hay. Yo les voy a dar
yeah,
su sriracha.
Mexican,
Yo le voy a dar lo
Mexican
que quiere
style.
la gente.
Right.
¿Eh?
No, y sí, it's true. It's true. Yeah. A mi gente lo que
That's
pida.
why you're the hero, dude. You're the hero.
Yeah. No, sí. Somebody's got to do it, right?
Not all heroes wear capes, ¿no? Dicen.
Dale.
Y sí,
Sí. Some wear aprons, ¿no?
¿Qué dicen?
Some
no?
wear aprons.
Este hero tiene chile, ¿no? El que pica y el que no pica.
There you go. That's the new slogan right there.
But yeah, so I guess it's pretty much it. So, right, so thank you guys, because I know the last time I was here, it was episode 49,
49.
49, yeah.
and right now we're on what, on like almost 100, I
94.
believe.
Almost 100,
Yeah,
94.
yeah, hell yeah, ahí va.
If
So,
that
yeah,
number's
ya
correct,
merito.
94.
It's just switched around. There's 49 and 94.
Oh,
It was on
Hey,
purpose, dude. It
yes.
was on
You
purpose.
see?
it was meant to be, huh?
Hey.
Oh, neta. So true. No, pues muchas
No,
gracias,
pues,
muchachos. Yeah. I wish you
Thank
guys
you.
the best. Always también.
Ahí estamos en contacto, dude, y ya te
Yeah.
ahí hacemos una orden para so we can do a live testing at some point.
Yeah. So
Ooh,
I
Yeah,
can
we'll make
actually,
sure
Oh,
that
yeah.
Johnny Boy gets some salsa, and for sure.
I can mail you guys some samples if you like for your next, shows or stuff.
Va, for sure. Ahí estamos en contacto entonces, dude.
Yeah.
Again, thank you, and
All right, thank you
pues
guys.
ahora sí que échale ganas, güey.
Yep.
It's working out.
A echarle putazos.
All the best of
Sí,
luck.
¿verdad?
All right, thank you
Gracias.
guys for having me once again.
All right.
See you
Take it easy,
guys.
Nestor.
Sale. Good night.
Bye.
Hablamos.
Como we found what to do on the 100th episode, no? Yeah.
We're gonna taste all of our sponsors items, no?
Trip. ¿Cómo es? A trip down memory lane of all the sponsors. Nice, dude. I think it's down.
Sí,
Unas alitas, dude.
No,
you
no me he
know.
fijado, dude, pero is the 100th episode gonna land on alive?
I don't know, dude.
I feel like it should land. It should be
You're-
made alive.
You're asking for us to do too much homework, dude.
Pues
You should know who you're
My
working
sister
with, dude.
stopped by and she's like, "Oh, are you guys?" Because Carla said something about if I was recording today. I'm like, "Yeah." And when he's like, "Wait, you're recording today? You're not going live?" I'm like, "No, that was last week." She's like, "Oh, my Facebook lied. It didn't tell me. Whatever." I'm like, "You gotta make sure you rate, subscribe, así como ese Johnny Boy.
Easy,
Rate,
eh?
review, and subscribe so you can stay updated." Pero
Damn, dude. Ahora que no está Johnny Boy, who's gonna read that, dude?
le dice,
We'll have-
¿quién lo haría como él, dude? Con los ojos cerrados, dude?
Con los ojos
Easy,
cerrados,
pregunta,
dude. Ahí. Bien Gloria Trevi, dude.
Muchachos, I think, so ahorita on quick math,
Math.
we would have to skip a week. We would have to take a week's break for it to land on alive, and it will be at the end of
Oh,
October.
dude. And we know how
yeah.
Romero hates that, dude.
Como ya, like, I got a week to myself, no? Like,
Sí, güey. Acá rubbing my
figure it
hands
out,
like
figure it out, porque
Ahí.
también technically it would be the Halloween episode, dude. I think it would be.
the Halloween episode.
Oh, shit.
Well, technically, it would be, if we go live, and on the next live will be the 25th of October. So it's the one
okay,
right
okay.
before Halloween, unless we, for sure still do our Halloween episode, but we won't do it live. I think last year we did it live, yeah.
Yeah, we did it live.
Con el...
No,
¿Quién es? No,
Period.
how about
Period
that?
hand.
El period hand.
Yeah, yeah. Que se enojó because everybody else was just wearing masks.
Dude, I was very strategic about a mask que no me tapara la boca para que pudiera tomar, dude.
Y sí, dude.
I was
Me está
trying
basando en
to
esa
last
pinche
minute.
máscara, güey.
Muchachos, we are at the end of the episode, close to the end, and we, definitely took advantage that Nestor has some time to come and give us an update on Macizo Farms. Pero just real quick, porque no los vi during the weekend, dude. It was a holiday weekend.
Y sí, eh.
As the Thirsties know, we play soccer on holiday weekends, or when there's a holiday that lands on a Monday.
Yes.
Yeah, it's usually, well, not necessarily a Monday, right? It's like one of those weekday holidays.
Yeah. Normalmente
y
es
well,
yeah.
pues es Labor
Well,
Day,
I
4th
think
of
normally
July.
it's Mondays, yeah. Well, either Mondays or el día que caiga. Casi.
I guess the only variable, the only day que varía es el 4th of July,
4th of
porque
July.
los otros son Memorial Day,
Yeah.
Labor Day.
Yeah.
So no son muchos los días que jugamos fútbol, ¿verdad? Pero
It's only four
Yeah.
days a month, 4 days a year.
a year.
A month, oh,
Pero
shit.
yeah, no los vi, no, you guys didn't show up to play. I mean,
I
Dude,
did not,
we-
dude.
Yo hubiera
fui
sabido
con
que no
puras
iban a jugar,
esperanzas,
güey.
dude. Güey, jugamos.
¿Oh, sí jugaron?
Fuimos pocos, pero jugamos. Sí nos echamos
Well,
la verdad, una
it's
media
two on
hora
two, ¿no?
porque nos esperamos un buen tiempo a ver si llegaba alguien más y pues it's like it's getting a little late, pues hay que jugar un ratito ahí. Yeah, I think it was 2-on-2. It ended up being 2-on-2 to be honest. Um, porque pues ahora sí que no. I don't know why people didn't want to go out this time, dude.
I got you. I would have gone, but you guys would have to put un toilet right by the goalie. Y yo estar sentado ahí y de ahí jugar, dude.
Oh, you did
'Cause-
say que you ate some.
So the day before, I went to go see Blue Beetle, and it's just I was
¿Dónde?
with so I went to right here Crestwood, pero like so the reason why my stomach was all fucked up was that I was with Ernest, and Ernest like, hey dude, there's this really good Cuban place called 312 Cuba. It's a little bit in the north. So fuimos. It was
So
6
from
o'clock.
Crestwood, you then went up north?
First over there to go eat, then al último terminamos en Crestwood.
Oh, okay.
And what's it called? So llegamos, dude, eran las 6:15. We got there and they're like, oh, we ran out of all food. I was like, no, manches son las 6. I'm like, it's a Sunday, but still. So since I had already paid for parking, we went to a little chicken spot right there. Y ahí fue donde
Go
comí.
figure.
Y pues me hizo daño a mí, le hizo daño a la chiquis, también le hizo daño a Ernest. So
Oh, damn.
all three of us.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
dude. Like all three of us were all fucked up the next day, dude. But the movie was
Yeah.
good, dude.
¿Y tú, Tankeki, what was your excuse, dude? Porque you just ignored all the messages, dude.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
It
Like,
just turned that shit off. It's like, don't bother me. It's my day off, no?
yeah, like, well, I did go out the Sunday, aprovechando de que, like people were gonna work on Monday and shit. Y pues salí, I went out y I got home pretty late, dude. Like, porque después de ahí, me and my cousin went to go to Huck Finn. Y pues ya venimos llegando a la casa like at 4:30 in the
Bro,
morning.
shout out to Huck Finn, dude. I mean, yo sé que
Dude.
that's the place we go whenever we're out late and a little tipsy o lo que tú quieras. Pero I had always, like, yeah, it's been years that I haven't had their
Mhm.
donuts.
Oh,
Shout out to
yeah,
Mary
dude.
Cruz, dude. She showed up with donuts. We usually show up with like donuts and coffee for whenever we're gonna go play and whatever. But it's usually like a Dunkin' or whatnot.
Mhm.
She showed up
Right.
with Huck Finn donuts, dude. And I had I'm like, damn, like I bit into that and it was like how many years has it been? Like I just like had childhood memories, dude. Like de repente,
Y
dude,
sí, güey.
like that shit was delicious, dude. Like ya tenía un chingo que no comí una dona de ahí.
Dude, their what's it? Boston cream? Like the
Yeah,
fucking
Boston cream one.
donut?
Vi que
Fuck,
también
dude.
había una red velvet donut. I didn't have that. I just digo que agarré nomás una
Ooh.
dona nomás porque pues ni vamos a jugar, dude. Like we're at the point where
Yeah.
like we're not gonna play. People are not showing up. So I think I just grabbed that's probably like a sprinkle donut or something. Nomás la agarré. Like I bit into that shit. It's like it was so soft. I don't know why I expected it to be dry. I don't know. Pero de
Yeah.
repente, dude, it was just like fucking 8-year-old Romero, dude, like running around the fucking Dunkin' Donuts with my parents.
Quise de repente
Por,
there
por
was
eso jugaron, dude. Por eso jugaron.
Sí,
He's
sí.
like, ya dice, tengo 8 años. Ya, vamos a jugar, muchachos. And
de
everybody's like,
repente there was Little Caesars inside Kmart again, dude, y todo, ¿no? Like,
Al lado del Chuck E. Cheese, dude.
güey, la de Chuck E. Cheese.
Because that was the thing, right? If you had a Chuck E. Cheese next door to it, it was a Kmart.
A Kmart, yeah. Y tenía like the Little Caesars inside, dude.
Sí. But yeah, no.
good.
Sunday we went to my parents and they actually made pambazos.
Oh shit.
And they invited Pedro and Pedro's mom and stuff like that, and we were all out there so really late at night, like porque casi if I have the kids, like we don't stay out that late. Like we got home to like 2:30, 2:40 something in the morning.
Oh shit.
Pero antes de irnos, Pedro's like, you better go. I'm like, dude, nobody's going. He's like no, sí, vamos a jugar. I get there at que dijimos a las 8:30. I got there at 9, or it was either 8 and I got there at 8:30. I got 30 minutes past the time que habíamos quedado. Dude, Pedro wasn't even there yet. I was like, fuck.
Typical Pedro, no? Like,
Dije, no, pues, no, ni modo, dude. Those donuts are looking really good, dude.
childhood
No, pero
memories,
sí,
here I come, no? Like,
no, we played. It was good, dude, but it was really, really hot. Like,
oh
yeah,
yeah,
by
dude.
the time we started playing, the sun was out. But nonetheless, dude, we made it happen. And it was it was a pretty good weekend, relaxed. Uh, didn't do much. I saw shout out. I don't know if my Tio Eder listens to this, but I saw him. They had a family reunion.
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys ever done that. Like I know the Adriana's
No.
mi tia Adriana, her side of the family, they do like a big old family reunion. It's like 100 plus people
Mhm.
um at a park. They make T-shirts. Either everybody pitches in for a taquero, other people still bring food and they still cook it. So it was like I think that was Saturday, and it was pretty nice. Like I don't think I have that much family to do a family reunion that big.
Right.
No.
Um,
I was gonna say if it was in Mexico, yeah, but here in Chicago, like
yeah,
it's just
well,
limited.
a lot of people came
Nah,
from
I was gonna
different
say I'm like,
states, dude.
Mm,
Um, people
so for
came
those
from
family
California,
reunions, yeah.
Oklahoma. Yeah, yeah. Like, and it was funny because I mean, I don't know half of those people, but I
right.
would, meet somebody and then we'll be talking and somebody else will introduce themselves. I'm like, wait, so you're not part of the family? Like, no, I am. I'm hijo de so and so, and oh, like, oh, yo soy el tío de so and so, and it's like they were meeting for the first time, but they were able to identify each other based on their
Yeah.
like family trees and shit.
Dude, look, I
So,
hate when like you don't remember or like you don't know someone, but they're like, oh yeah, no te acuerdas de mí, like yo
oh,
te vi
dude,
que desde que estabas
Uh-huh.
chiquito, y like this and that. It's like, fuck, I don't know, dude. Like,
some of these people. So Carla's parents live in Oklahoma. There's family over there, and obviously family here. Different family functions. Hay un señor. He's really alegre, like always very like he jokes around y todo. Te cae bien. Pero like minutes later, minutes before I saw him and I'm like, le pregunté a Carla, I'm like, hey, like, ¿quién es él? She's like, honestly, I don't know. I just know he's a family, like a friend of the family or something. I'm like, okay, pues ni modo. Y en eso, pues estamos agarrando cheve y la chingada. And he's like, qué gusto en verte, y quién sabe qué. Digo, pues sí, igual, ¿verdad? Gusto en verlo. Y me dice, ¿te acuerdas de mí? Digo, sí. A saber quién soy. Digo, no, yo le dije que me acordaba de usted, pero que sepa quién es, no sé. Like, yo me acuerdo haberlo visto y platicamos, tomamos y nos la pasamos bien, pero no sé quién sea. Y ya, then they go and explain it. But that's the thing, dude. There's so many people. Like, I don't remember their names and stuff. And to a certain degree, I feel bad. But then I started seeing that other people didn't know who they were. They were just like introducing themselves for the first time. So it was cool. Never really experienced anything like that with, ahora sí
I
que.
think
Family reunions and stuff.
I think for family, like no, pero like the closest we've gotten was like the town that my dad's from. They would have a
Oh, the picnic.
picnic, yeah, like every year here in Chicago.
So is
Yeah.
it like a town picnic?
Yeah, so like whoever was from that town se reunía and like they would go there. Y pues obviously like pues it's a small town, so todos se conocían like, oh, yo soy fulano de tal or like,
Oh,
whatever.
hell yeah, dude.
O yo
And like
vivía en tal lugar, así.
right, or yo soy el hijo de fulano and like, like
Ujú.
stuff like that. And that's as close as we've gotten to like kind
Y
of
de
like a
repente, ¿no?
picnic like that.
Ella es mi mamá también.
Pues sí, ¿no?
Now, the crazy part, it's a little ass town, but there's so many people from that little town in Chicago. Hasta tienen una oficina. Like, they have an office que es
No, pues tiene un
like kind of
consulado, ¿no? Dedicado para.
casi
Sí,
casi, dude.
güey.
I don't know what they do in there, pero tienen una oficina de Yuridia
Ujú.
and this, and el presidente de Yuridia like viene, like he brings his representatives, and they'll have the picnic here and shit. And I was like, oh, okay. And like, we've got some, and it's a lot of people, dude. And like obviously, como dice Tank, pues ya todos se conocen, and like it's a small town. So my dad will be like, oh, I know him, I know him, I know him. I may not know him. Yeah, like, oh, soy hijo de tal forma. Oh, pues sí, yo fui con tal, tal, like I know this person or that person. Me and Zach were like, I don't fucking know anybody here.
Yeah, we were just playing with our cousins and shit. Like,
And we're just like, nah.
El presidente. Pero no hablen de
Pero
Scottsdale porque tan que ahí es de vara alta, ¿eh?
No, dude,
Nah, dude.
casi teníamos al presidente Salomón, el de las películas de Car Credit Center, dude.
Oh, no sé, mamón, sí.
Yeah, dude, he ran for. Did he win or did he just run for president? Hank?
So the first year he ran and he lost, but después like he ran again and like he won. And but I don't think it's the guy from Car Credit Center. It's no me acuerdo, but he was like something in Chicago. Like tenía like salió en like some
Era el hombre
movies
águila, ¿no?
y sí, güey.
I could have sworn he was one of the car Credit Center actors, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's something else.
According
Like I
to
know
him,
he had
dude,
something.
él empezó a lavar platos con Joan Sebastián, dude. So
Oh yeah, he would have his whole story, dude. Like, dude, and his campaign was crazy, right? Because he's like, oh, that he was gonna he was gonna bring that town into to the new century. Okay, he was gonna make a Jurassic Park theme park. Que sepa qué. He was gonna do all this shit, and I mean, they built a crocodile in the middle of the
¿Qué
town,
dice,
dude,
no?
and it looks dumb as
Voy a
fuck. Dude.
hacer un Yuriria Park, ¿no? En vez de
y
Jurassic
sí,
Park.
güey.
Güey, es que ese es el pedo, dude, que nadie apoya esas ideas tan buenas que tiene la gente.
Y se pues no tiene dinero y van a hacer un Jurassic Park, dude, no mames. I was like, oh shit, dude.
Va, muchachos, pues I think it's that time, dude. Are you guys ready for taking a shot at live self questions or? Porque ya le quité el riddles, pero riddles are still allowed. I don't know. Johnny Boy a lo mejor se enoja, pero it's okay, dude. He's not here, no me va a regañar. Así es que hay que darle, ¿eh?
A mí se castigo son feliz, ¿no?
balazos.
Y pues como ya se perdió la costumbre de andar spinning the wheel, pues yo creo que vamos a empezar con Miguel, ¿no?
Oh, we are? Oh. So I'm the new Johnny Boy? What the fuck, dude?
¿Por qué, güey? Pues we just kind of go clockwise based on our layout here. Y pues you know, I don't want to disclose my source, right? Pero yo le dije a ChatGTP, güey, ¿sabes quiénes somos, verdad? Somos Todos Toma Podcast. You know what our podcast is about. I need some questions for taking a shot at live self question segment. And he said, porque I assume that el ChatGTP que me habla a mí is identifying as a male. So, por eso dije he. Dice, certainly, here are 10 thought-provoking questions for your podcast segment. Taking a shot at live self questions. No las he leído. So, he gave me 10. Miguel, you choose a number, and I'll read whatever is on that number.
7.
7. If you had to choose between happiness and success, which will you prioritize and why? Before you say anything,
Okay.
remember, success can bring happiness too.
It depends. It depends, right? Like, so the way I'm reading this question is in the context of one will bring you happiness, the other one will bring you fortune and success, but maybe not full happiness. That's how I'm gonna interpret the question.
I was gonna say happiness can make you feel successful, dude.
Right. That's true. I'm gonna have to go with happiness because I think, como he said, like kind of how Tank said it, you know, like if you're happy, it means you have some level of success that allows you to be happy. It allows you to be, you know, comfortable with the situation you're at. Like, I highly doubt I would be happy if I was in a shitty job and, you know, in debt all crazy. So I'm gonna have to go with happy, dude.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands, dude.
Oh.
So ahorita más o menos, no, pero pues I don't know. I just know nobody clapped their hands, dude.
What are you talking about, dude?
No, we said hands. Thanks over clapping his ass cheeks, no?
No, mom.
Va, tanque. Unless you had a second question for Miguel.
I don't, dude. I don't have questions. Así
Va.
que nomás de
You
una,
choose,
¿eh? Así que no vayan a pasarse de lanza,
choose a
güey.
number, dude. Choose a number from 1 to 10. Skip number 7.
Oh, boy. I gotta go with my favorite number 4, dude.
Wow. Number 4 says, do you believe in the concept of fate or destiny? Or do you think lives are purely a result of our choices and circumstances?
Damn. I think a little bit of both, dude. I think it's that obviously like our choices have either consequences, whether that's good or bad. But at the same time, um I don't know. At the same time, I kind of feel like sometimes people are just destined to be algo, you know, like as far as ¿cómo te voy a explicar, güey?
Well, porque dicen que, right, like destiny is like you're destined to do this or to be that. But ultimately, así como lo está diciendo, is like we make choices that lead us there. But
Right.
it's like,
And
mhm.
like este similar to like the quote from A Bronx Tale, like wasted talent. Like people could be destined for something, but pues at the same time you gotta put in the work and you gotta put in, you know, like you gotta put yourself in that position to make it there, you know. So por eso digo, like I think it's a little bit of both. Like some people are have a destiny, pero pues nada más porque tienes esa destiny doesn't mean it's gonna come true just because, you know. Este,
Mhm.
you kind of
I
have to
mean,
like
there's a saying, right? You have to fulfill your destiny. It's like, what shit? Like,
right,
what is that destiny? And
Because you
it
know
just
you're a
doesn't
ghost, dude.
happen. Yeah.
right, yeah.
Because you know you become a ghost, dude. You know you walk around, you know, like, oh,
Oh, pensé que un pinche otra vez
oh,
empezamos con
fantasma,
el.
dude. Like,
Oh,
oh,
fantasma. Pues yo pensé que like last week you were talking about the fucking TikTokers or the Twitch
oh, the
streamers.
NPC shit. The
Sí.
NPC,
Esa
like,
madre. I
like,
can't.
Dude, I saw a
that's
TikTok the other
fucking.
day. It said like, oh, like people from 1995, por decir, like, oh, I'm sure in the future we're gonna have flying cars, and then it says like present day, and it was like the guy doing like the
Pura
NPCs.
pendejada.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, like, but yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
So I would say that a little bit of both.
Va.
I would think, pick a number para que se lo des a Rom, and Rom gets that question, dude.
Well, Rome says he hasn't seen the questions, no? Or
Por eso, that's like you pick a number for his question.
bah. I read number 2, dude.
Number 2. Damn. I don't think this ever happened before where I had to read my own question, but here I go. Well, I guess with the cards when we're
Yeah,
doing the
with the
cards.
The
cards.
cards,
Yeah.
huh?
So number 2 says, "What do you think happened to us? What do you think happens to us after we die? Is there an afterlife, or is this the life we have?"
Oh, after you answer that question, dude, I got a little story with that. Well, go ahead.
Ooh. Well, shit. Can I phone in a friend? I don't know.
Well, I mean, what do you think, dude?
Yeah. No. I do want to think that there's some sort of afterlife. Um, whether that's, I don't know if it's a different dimension or different afterlife or whatever. Like even reincarnation, I think to a certain degree, like I don't know if it's a thing, but just the idea of it could like it could be a possibility. I think is kind of cool. But I wouldn't want to have a perpetual life, right? Like I think that's for
Because
sure. Like I don't want to live forever. Um,
that means you're just gonna have to work forever, dude. Like,
pues no, dude, porque pues aunque no me pase nada, even if I make no money, dude, if I'm gonna live forever, like no
you
me pasa
see it.
nada. But no, I think there is something after we die. What is it? I don't know. But I do think that there's some interaction with the life as we know it after we die. What does that look like? I don't know, but I want to think that that's the case.
Va.
Okay.
That being said, what's your hot take on that thing?
Oh, so the other day, pues, estaba comiendo, and like my dad was there eating también, and he started saying that este Junior dude.
Hmm.
Um, for those who don't know, me
Your
and
little
Miguel
brother.
have my little brother. And not solo, dude. El otro little brother, dude. Fuck is he's like 5, or he's gonna turn 5, so he's like
He's
in
enter
kinder.
five, yeah.
Y and that like my dad's wife de repente, like, she called, like, pues habla con mi dad on a daily, and she was telling him like, oh, like el otro día that he was telling her that ¿cómo se llama? Que que like he was starting to say like, oh yeah, like antes, like cuando vivíamos allá en el rancho en descender, like, que he started explaining how like tenían un baño where it was like, like kind of like wood con like, que sería like un hoyo, I guess, y que ahí
Mhm.
hacían el baño en descender. He's like, yeah, y pues pasaba el río por atrás, y like ahí nos bañábamos, and like de ahí tomábamos agua en descender. So like he started explaining things, and like explaining según like the house que tenían en el ranch or whatever, and like she was like, oh, like,
I
and
think it was in
who?
a mountain.
Well, yeah, but it was like pues
I
en el
remember,
rancho way,
yeah,
like, yeah.
yeah.
Y y que she was like, oh, like, who was your mom? Like, and she's like, oh, it was you. And then she was like, oh, like, pues I've never lived out there, like I've never lived that or whatever. And then he's like, yeah, que like he started explaining that. And then she got like scared, and she was like, oh, like, pues ya después no le pregunté más porque like que le empezó a dar miedo. And my dad's like, oh, like, what if it's one of those cases where like, ya ves que ha pasado que like kids start like saying like, oh yeah, I used to work here, or like
Hmm. Hmm.
in my past life, like I used to live here, and my dad was like, name was so and so, and my mom's name was so and so, y cosas así. So like my dad's like, I guess he started getting curious, and he wants to like ask more, but like pues obviously like su wife, like she was like, nah, like I'm scared, like,
Yeah, she was freaked out. Yeah.
yeah. So
Wait, so I don't know if I missed something there, but so she was freaked. So she was the one telling the story, yeah,
So
or
yeah,
it was
so
your
she
dad?
called my dad.
yeah,
Uh
she
huh.
called
So
my dad.
my dad told us. My dad told us, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she called my dad to tell him, hey, like, I don't know, was talking about his previous life, and
Okay.
like, then I'm like, you were there, like that she was his mom and their previous life, kind of going on like how they would kind of live day to day, and she just got freaked out by it. And my dad's like, oh, keep asking questions, but she's like, no, that she got scared.
Pásame a mi hijo.
Y sí, no.
And like I think I told Tank, dude, I'm like, I went to the company picnic, the real company picnic at work, right?
I mean, this one
Denver.
was real too. Okay, but all
Oh
right.
yeah, this one was a company pic, but it's Tech wasn't there, dude. So it didn't feel real, dude. It
That's true.
felt
That's true.
it was 75% real, dude. Uh, pero so like I was talking to one of the engineers, right? And he's a super helpful engineer, me ha ayudado un chingo, especially in audits and stuff. And he comes up to us, he's like, "Hey, how you guys doing?" One of my team members just recently had heart surgery, so like, yeah, los dos están ya grandes de edad. So he's like, "Yeah, I had heart surgery too." He's like, it was crazy. Nos estaba relatando lo que le había pasado a él, and he was telling us that
He was following the
he
light.
died, dude. He died 3 times. Like he legally died for like 3 times.
Oh, okay, like
But
doctors told him
like, yeah,
like you
yeah, yeah,
died
yeah.
three
So like
times. Yeah. Hmm.
yeah. So cuando le estaban haciendo like they were lo iban a operar, like que like se murió. And he's like, I remember like I was like estaba acostado y de repente like I just he's like, I don't know what happened. He's like, all of a sudden I was just in a different place and I'm walking. He's like, and I see like a bunch of like shadowy figures, and I was like, what the hell? He's like, in eso, like I guess they did the compressions, they did all the stuff. Yeah, they brought him back. And yeah, I said they were explaining to him like, oh, you'll be okay, this and this. And like 5-10 minutes later, he otra vez he died again.
Hmm.
Because And he's like, so the second time I was able to see those figures better. He's like, so yeah, like lo revivieron otra vez. And by the third time, he's like, I was looking at the people. He's like, in all of those people were people from my family que ya they were passed, ya, they had
They had
passed
passed away.
away. Y que le dijeron, they're like, oh, it's okay. You're okay now. You're with us.
They're
Yet de
cheering them
repente,
on, no, in the gates of
yeah,
heaven.
y que de repente they're like, you know
Never
what?
made it.
No, it's not your time yet. It's time for you to go back. Y fue cuando lo volvieron a revivir. And
Mhm.
he's like, ever since that moment, he's like, I just became a huge believer. He's like, I know there's an afterlife because I seen it. He's like, I
Mhm.
died 3 times. Each time was for like a few minutes. I think the second time was like 3, 4 minutes. I'm sure. I don't know how long it was. Pero pues,
But if they're
he's like,
Halloween time minutes, dude, that's almost a
I
year.
don't know, man. Like it's one of those crazy shits, right? And I was like, well, yo le dije because he's telling us this, right? And like, at first I was goofing around. I was like, hey, how you doing? I'm gonna need you for another PCI call. Let me get you a beer. He's like, oh, I don't drink anymore. I was like, oh, ya
Didn't
fue
mean to
cuando se empezó a
scare
contar.
you, you know.
Yeah,
Sí.
no, ya me empezó a contar. Ya afterwards, I was like, pues, ¿qué le digo, right? Because he was saying it con tanta pasión and everything. I was just like,
Sí.
oh, uh-huh.
Well, I think
I'll
one
be
of
right
our
back.
I think an uncle had a similar experience que lo estaban operando or something like that, and he was saying that like so he was close to flatlining. Yes, and he was saying that like he saw like this thing where it was like, oh, it's like a beautiful garden and this and that, and it's like que nunca había visto something like it, y this and that, y que de repente like he kind of came back to, and that the doctor told him like que he was choking on like blood or something like that, or like de la nariz, something like
Mhm.
that, que yeah, he was like close to flatlining, y pues ya fue cuando like I don't know what the fuck they did, y like regresó and shit. So ever since then también like he believes in some sort of like afterlife.
Like,
There's
So yeah.
something after, yeah.
yeah, they were like, I don't know, like it's never happened to me, so I can't say like, oh, from
Yeah.
personal experience. It's one of those things you don't know. I don't know. I hear stories, and from there, you come up with the conclusions that you come up with, and but I just think like as long as you're a good person, like you should be good, dude, no matter what.
Bah.
A ves.
Seek happiness, no? Seek happiness.
Como Words to Live by Miguel, ¿eh?
Y sí,
A veces
No,
lo
I know.
pienso, mirar
Uf.
aquí.
Pero échale la musiquita, ¿no? Para que lo diga otra vez, ¿no?
He said, it
Le
can't
voy
be
a poner
worse.
a Miguel la musiquita de como dice el dicho.
He said it can't be any worse than like getting peed on by a dog, no? Pinche Johnny Boy.
Oh,
Ya
sí,
ves que cuando
güey, ¿por
dijo
qué? Ujú.
el de Johnny Boy,
¿Sin plantas un árbol?
se pasa un árbol, le das a un perro algo para mirar, and I was like, God damn, dude. I was like,
Ah,
oh
tranqui, pero
shit.
pues it is that time, dude. Um, are you ready, dude, for Palabras de
Oh,
Tank?
I think I am,
Oh,
dude.
my boy stays ready, dude.
Sí.
Nomás, el que no está ready soy yo. Pero aquí vamos, Palabras de Tanque.
Acuérdense, muchachos, nada está realmente extraviado hasta que mamá tampoco lo puede encontrar.
Eso es muy cierto, güey.
That's crazy. Like, ahí está. Like,
Porque
no
si no
está.
está en el
Like,
S, arriba del S,
y
Ah,
sí,
al
dude.
lado de la ESA, y no lo encuentras, pero
Y
tu mamá
sí.
sí lo encuentra, dude, está cabrón.
oh, ass whooping, no?
Va, Miguel, what do the subscribers need to do, dude?
Rate, review, subscribes. All links could be found at todostomanpodcast.com.
Y te faltó el little.
Oh, sorry. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Facebook group at Todostoman Pod. You could find us all there. So make sure you follow us and let us know what you want to hear. If you
Sí,
got
cualquier
topics,
rolita que
yeah,
quieran
ahí
que
lo pueden poner,
toquemos o
Sí, güey.
we still have we have the website. All the Thursdays go in there and put what topic they want to listen to. It's all there, para que puedan interact with us. Who knows?
you
You
can
might win
definitely
a
suggest.
signed poster by Tank, dude.
Ooh.
They could win a signed poster with
Dude,
Tank
a
by Tank.
palabras de tanque signed poster, dude. I am willing
Así,
to provide
Tank
that.
hacía poster. Oh boy.
I mean, if you
Go back
suggest
episode to
topics,
episode, no?
you can definitely do that through todostomanpodcast.com. Make sure you check out Macizo Farms. Their website, their Instagram, Macizo_farms. Place an order. Let us know what you think of the sauce. He likes honest reviews, so why not, right? And we'll do our fair share of salsa tasting in an upcoming episode. Not sure if it's gonna be live. Not sure if it's gonna be when, but yeah, we'll keep you guys updated. Make sure you stay in tune with todostoman.com, muchachos. Does anybody have anything left?
Go watch Blue Beetle,
No.
guys.
No, ya, un salud, chiquito,
Clink, clink,
ya
nada
con lo
más,
que
güey.
quede.